Hey everybody, how's it going today? Hope everybody's having a good Sabbath day. Hopefully everybody's getting a lot done over the weekend. If you're traveling, be safe on your travels. I know you guys are probably trying to wrap up school and wrap up things because I know school is going to be starting for a lot of your children, college and all that. So, all right, you guys are probably making that transition if you work for the school system. So whatever you do, uh, y'all, have a nice time and or be safe. And thank you for your time. So I like to talk about Imani Robertson, a 29-year-old bright young lady. She was out there in the Atlanta area, and it just kind of raised concern, I believe, for everybody. All right, they got the whole full Atlanta, greater Atlanta area that spent an excess of about 400 or 500 hours now looking for this female. All right, that her body was missing for 2 weeks, and it was found, I understand, last night, and there was some type of standoff with the husband and the SWAT police, okay, which her body was found, and he was charged, or he was arrested. Uh, the details of this were she had 4 children, smaller children. I think that she had a young son, but her oldest son that lived with her mother, okay, and then the other 3 would stay with her and her husband. It's uncertain whether the husband was the father of those children, okay. That's uncertain of that. But I do know this, that I saw several reports where they had dinner on the 16th. Okay, I don't know what was talked about, and it was evidence of a ring doorbell of the house across the street had saw what they may have thought was a domestic violence incident that's just kind of spiraled out of control. According to that ring doorbell, and you can look at it yourself at those reports of the title that I'm going to put on there for this video. Uh, the the owner of that house heard, or what he thought was, a gunshot, and then Armani Robertson looks like she had a small crossover, had backed out, and then drove off and sped off. The the vehicle that was spotted on the interstate with the husband, apparently that he was driving it. Okay, and it was set on fire and found in another part of the city where the incident occurred. Okay, so it seems like to me, I don't have all the clues to it. Maybe a dinner. I don't know what it was discussed, but at that house, maybe it was a domestic violence incident, and he shot that woman. Okay, and guy drove off. Okay, so apparently it seems like it could be like a domestic violence incident. Okay, for whatever reason. And I don't want to get too much into my theories or assuming and all that stuff. I get blamed for for that type of stuff. But I will say this: disagreements do happen, and so forth. You know, things don't work out, and there could be times where when you have your disagreement with your spouse or your significant other, things could be trying at times. Okay, could be so profound that things could potentially spiral out of control. Okay, but you want to be one of those things where you don't want to put your hands on nobody, or you got to pull a gun out or whatever. I'm just thinking, if you're going to be so mad, you want to be so mad to where you're going to do that, somebody's probably got to walk away. Probably has to be the man. Particularly like if you're in a place where you have the house, whether you have the house or not. Okay, but technically it's hers. Okay, if you have the house, I would say to the man, if he gets where that the disagreement is going to escalate, get out of there, go check in a room for a couple of days, or go stay with a family member, and so forth. Okay, and look, I don't want to put it all on the man either. All right, because a soft answer can turn up away wrath. I would say to both parties, okay, try to find a way that you can cordially do things. I mean, hey, I got to tell you, if it probably get to a point to where may have to separate. You just may have to just to do that. But I just think if the same problem occurs over and over and over again, and it's not any type of improvement or whatever, then it's going to amount to something explosive, and you don't want that because particularly like if there's kids around, because you want to consider those children. And I think in that case, the husband did not consider, that she was a mother, consider the best interest of the children. You know what I'm saying? So I know it sounds easier than none. All right, because I know, like most men, like I'm a typical, man myself that don't like to see me being away from my kids or whatever. Maybe, I don't know if he didn't want her away from his kids, but some men don't like to be away from their children. Okay, or maybe the woman pick up and leave, with the children and all that. And I think that's the way the Western world is really set up. But it's still on a lot of our DNA. But you know what I'm saying? But again, there should have been other ways other than this incident to occur. But this is definitely not the way. My heartfelt condolences go out to their grieving parents, like their mother and dad was grieving. All right, and I know from being a parent myself or whatever, I hope I don't get put in that situation. And may the appropriate justice be served, to that ex-husband. I'm gonna get around to do another video. I need to get probably more information and probably do a epilogue on this subject. And I thank you for your time. Okay, so this just something you want to consider. All right, when things start to get heated or whatever, you have to use this part right here. All right, conflict resolution. We all need to consider that. Okay, and sometimes, guys, silence is golden. You could disagree, all right, but sometimes that because the more you talk, the more that you can fill it in and dig more of a hole for yourself. All right, soft answer turned away wrath. So let me know what you think about the video, y'all. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna get this little workout on, and I'd like you to check out some of the other videos. Consider subscribing, leave your comments, and have a nice day.